a world where the elements of virtual game merged with reality. There are various professions, countless ruins, secret realms, and many suspicious occurrences. There is a teacher yelling to his students about a job transaction ceremony which is about to begin, and they must attend it. All the students are excited about it, except for one. As the teacher notices him, he approaches and asks what's wrong Lu Fan, reminding him that as the top student in the class, he shouldn't feel too much pressure. Lu Fan is lost in his thoughts as he receives a system notification congratulating him about the Super Treasury Map system which has been successfully activated. As he wonders what it is, the teacher demands his attention, startling him. He quickly decides to leave and tells his teacher he will be going to the ceremony. On his way to the stairs, he thinks that finally he can't explore the world without a systems. As he climbs the stairs and contemplates the usefulness of the system. However, he can think about it later. Currently, the job transaction ceremony is more important to him. As the students gather, they speculate about the job transaction, experiencing it for the first time. They all are somewhat nervous, and a person on stage asks for silence for everyone present there. As Lu Fan pushes forward in the crowd, the students murmur, expressing aspirations of becoming a hidden combat professional, powerful, and admirable. Other student dismisses the idea, stating that hidden combat professionals are extremely rare in the school. If he ends up with a life profession, he will consider himself fortunate. The person on stage announces the beginning of the ceremony, and introduces the priest who will oversee the job transactions. Lu Fan realizes the aura of the combat professional priest is indeed different, and Lu Fan's new eye of appraisal skill activates, allowing him to see the priest's status and abilities. A boy steps onto the stage, and everyone speculates about his potential. His high attributes suggest a strong chance of becoming a combat professional. The crowd cheers for him, partly because he is handsome. As the priest conducts the ceremony, the crystal glows with a fiery aura, indicating the boy's future as a mage. The audience admires Zhang Tao, cheering for his promising future while some feel envious. Lu Fan, also shocked with this as one becomes a combatant he can leave his ordinary life behind. The teacher calls for the next candidate, and various students receive different professions. From traders to miners, Lu Fan realizes that while combat professionals are prestigious, having infinite potential in future, many will end up with life professions, leading a mediocre existence. A nearby student tells Lu Fan about Lai Ping's unfortunate fate. As her family struggles with money now, she transitioned into an expensive enhancement profession which is not even good as a life profession. At least she has a skill. Worried about his own family's financial situation, Lu Fan dreads the possibility of becoming an entertainment professional. Suddenly, his name is called, and he nervously approaches the stage. The crowd observes his youthful and handsome appearance, speculating about his future profession. As Lu Fan reaches near the crystal, he realizes that being nervous at that point is useless. As the ceremony proceeds, suddenly an eye opens in the sky, causing the ground to tremble. A beam of light envelops the crystal, and a giant dragon emerges. The crowd is astounded by this extraordinary event, signifying the arrival of a hidden professional. The lady remarks to Mr. Li, Lu Fan's teacher, that his class has produced the school's first hidden professional, an astonishing achievement. Teacher Li envisions that if Lu Fan transitions into a strongest hidden profession like Dragon Blood Warrior, or Dragon Mage, then Lu Fan can become a new powerhouse of the Dragon Kingdom, remembering the last Dragon Blood Warrior from a decade ago who is now a top expert. As the dragon roars and attacks Lu Fan, with the dust settling, the person overseeing the ceremony asks Lu Fan about his profession. Is he a Dragon Blood Warrior or Dragon Mage? Lu Fan regretfully reveals that he is a Dragon Tamer, shocking everyone. The person wonders how such a grand event could result in what is perceived as the least valuable profession, a dragon tamer. After the job ceremony, Lu Fan goes back to his home in the Old Town district of Zhonghai City. As he opens the system portal, he sees his profession as Dragon Tamer with level 10. As he recalls the incident, everyone is speculating that being Dragon Tamer means this student is destined to be mediocre. How could a human possibly tame such powerful creatures as dragons? Even though it is a hidden class, it is actually the weakest in practical strength. Two boys discuss, with one saying why it's called the weakest profession, asking if the Dragon Tamer isn't considered one of the three major hidden occupations among the Dragon Blood Warrior and Dragon Language Mage. The other replies, but one cannot even find a dragon, let alone tame it. Makes more sense to become a summoner. The principal attempts to comfort Lu Fan by saying at least it's a hidden occupation with boundless potential. Maybe Lu Fan can tame sub-dragon species and become powerful. As Lu Fan ponders about the strength, Lu Fan wonders, without a dragon, how could a dragon tamer have boundless potential? Sub-dragons are nothing but merely furious beasts, which are nothing compared to real dragons. In 800 years of dragon country history, dragons have appeared, but no dragon tamer who actually can tame dragons has ever existed. Even the most powerful humans are like ants before giant dragons. Taming a giant dragon is nothing more than a dream, according to Lu Fan. He knows that without a dragon tamer lacks the ability to improve and cannot unlock even skills. Lu Fan thinks about his aunt, who has worked hard to support him with his education, but he cannot provide her a better life. As he reaches his home at the bun shop, without even realizing it, Lu Fan enters home with a smile on his face and greets his aunt. His aunt, Han Ki, a beautiful lady with profession chef, welcomes Lu Fan with a warm embrace. She has prepared abundant food, celebrating his most fantastic day in his life. She asks about his new profession, and Lu Fan hesitates, with band-aids all around her hands. His aunt comforts him by saying it's okay if he doesn't become a combat profession. Lu Fan shouts no and reveals he has become a dragon tamer, a profession seemingly useless without a dragon. His aunt smiles, hugging him from behind, and comforts him by saying that he is a drying tailor without a dragon, which describes him as truly strong. She promises to support him if he can enter college and offers to run the bun shop together if he chooses. Lu Fan smiles, then her aunt says that he should fret about it too much as the dinner is getting cold. Lu Fan replies that it is too much and he can't finish it all. That night, Lu Fan throws himself on the bed, thinking deeply about his aunt. As she's only 26, and despite years of effort, she remains trapped in an ordinary life. He wants to live a better life with his aunt. Lu Fan emphasizes with himself that it can't be that his dream is out of his reach as his dragon tamer. He again gets frustrated with the realization that being a dragon tamer without a dragon would be a hidden profession, and thinks where can he find a dragon. Suddenly, the system notifies him, congratulating his first day and sending a treasure map. He remembers calling it a super treasure map system when first activated. Today, he only used its appraisal of function, barely exploring its core features. Opening it, he finds 4 tiers: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and god tier. 3 identical low-level treasure maps can combine into a higher-level map. He has received 1 treasure map today. Lu Fan realizes that as long as he can make good use of the system, he can bridge the gap between the weakest to the strongest. Emphasis with himself that this might be his last chance to turn the tide on his side. He realizes giving up now means spending his entire life at society's bottom, unable to repay his aunt. He must take action. The map shows a Shi Basin which isn't too far from Zhonghai City. Looking through the windows, he calculates that by catching the last suburban bus at night he can arrive there early in the dawn. At dawn, Lu Fan's aunt finds a letter in the living room. As Lu Fan is on the bus, the letter explains that he's going to the mountain of Shi Basin and asking her not to worry, as this might be his chance to change his fate as a dragon tamer. Descending from the bus with his bag, Lu Fan is determined to create a better life. Lu Fan is at the outskirts of the mountains of Shi Basin. Suddenly, a huge muscular person bumps into Lu Fan with a lady, and a guy from behind comes and asks Lu Fan if he wants to go together, and Lu Fan pushes his hand and replies no. Lu Fan suspects them of being the dungeon robbers. The man tells Lu Fan that it would be dangerous to be alone in the wild at night. Lu Fan realizes that they must be stealing and robbing materials for quite a while, and dealing with someone like him should be a piece of cake for them. Lu Fan assumes to a defensive position. As the thieves bid Lu Fan farewell, he continues his journey. Lu Fan contemplates that even though the wild is perilous, it is far safer than being stabbed in the back by robbers. He reflects that a life without strength is just like a fleeting shadow that can be easily overtaken by the winds of fate. Consulting his map, Lu Fan realizes he must set off swiftly. As he ventures through the wild, he encounters a species called power horns, which are exceedingly gibber with a horse level of 8. Although these horses don't actively attack humans, their formidable nature makes Lu Fan wary, knowing he is no match for them.